All right, guys, welcome back to the Bluegrass on a beautiful spring day. You might wonder why I am holding this dog. Well, let me introduce you to Molly. Molly is a princess, and back there behind us you can see George. He's running around with all the peasants, all the big bruisers, you know. And so Molly gets a little intimidated sometimes because the big dogs kind of run over her, and she comes over here and she paws at me like, "Hey, Stonnie, pick me up because you know, I'm special." So I'm gonna put her down for a second, and then we're gonna walk up to the Small Challenges course, and we're gonna kind of talk about is a princess dog right for you? So Molly is a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, and I plan on making kind of a big video about it, but today is just a little introductory video about whether or not Molly, this Cavalier, can pal around with me and all these bruisers as I do my normal work. So we'll go up to the Exercise with Small Challenges course, and we'll do a little school work. We'll see if she tags along or goes off and hides kind of in the corner, and then we'll load her up and we'll go over to the farm and we'll go on a little hike and get in the creek a little bit, and we'll just do a little princess versus peasant comparison. All right, I hope you guys like it. Portly, Shogun, No Name, get on your spots. All right, guys, so we'll put these mentor dogs up here in their observation spots. Here you go, Portly. And kind of let them model some calm, attentive, and polite behavior. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and try to see if we can get Molly over here and work her first, because what happens when we're walking the course, if we're not careful and we start working the big dogs first and paying attention to them, they all kind of gang up and get to following me around. And when Molly tries to get, tries to get in the bunch, they're just so big, they kind of knock around, and they, they make it I guess kind of unfun for Molly to be a part of the project. Molly, come on. So what I like to do is I kind of like to, treat Molly with a little, oh my gosh, special attention. So I usually call on her first, just like a teacher in a class with a little bit of a, maybe a shy or sensitive student. That teacher has to go out of the way to call on the student or pay attention to the student, because a lot of times a shy, sensitive student won't raise their hand. You can have a really smart kid in class, but if they don't have a lot of self-confidence, or maybe they're not quite as physically mature as the other students, sometimes they, at least they feel bullied. It doesn't even really matter if their classmates are attempting to bully her, come on Molly, or not. But sometimes Molly just will get in the mix with these other dogs. Come on, up. And they just get to knocking around, and she feels bullied. And then you'll catch her. She'll go over there and she'll lay down by the door and be like, "Well, Stonnie, like, listen, I don't think these other kids like me." And I'm like, "No, it's not that. They're just playing." But so what we do with dogs like Molly is we work them first, and then we let them go have some quiet time if they want to. And then we'll work all the other dogs. We'll kind of let her go in and do what she wants. Then when we put the other dogs up for naps, then like today, you can see my four-wheelers back here. We've been processing some wood, trimming some trees, and we're gonna head over to the farm for a big adventure. And so we'll just take Molly with us everywhere we go. So we kind of follow, when we're working with these little princesses, we kind of work on a, come on nerd. We kind of work on a system where it's, we just integrate her into our whole day. So if you own a dog training kennel and you tried to train a lot of these each month, you would have to have a whole lot of time, right? Because this little dog, she pretty much has to be with us 24/7. There's no leaving her like in the kennel with the other dogs. She goes up to the house, and she goes in my daughter's room, and my daughter dresses her up in American Girl dog clothes. Come on, nerd, you can do it. And then we come down here, and we work her, and she does all the same formal school work that the other dogs do. We just kind of let her do it, and we judge her on a sliding scale. And now, if you were this little dog, you could see why she would be a little bit nervous with a big dog like Rue up here. This is pretty high for her off the ground. And she's like, "Stonnie, I don't know that I want to get up there with Rue." And all I have to do is convince her that if I think it's a good idea, then it's a good idea. And that's really the key with these little dogs, is you have to plan ahead when you're working with them, when you're socializing them, well, even when you're purchasing them, because these little dogs require a lot of attention, and they require a whole lot of me time, right? Okay, so this little dog, there's no getting her and then, be like, "Hey, go do something," because she's not going to do anything without you or a member of your family, okay? So, but once you work them, like Now, kind of the pressure's off, the schoolwork's off. She'll probably go over there by the building. And then what you'll kind of see is, as we continue to walk the course, she might periodically make an appearance. It kind of depends on what mix of dogs are up here. So we'll walk Pippin next. Come here, Pippin. Now, Pippin, he's a nice little Labrador Retriever, little English Labrador Retriever. Got a nice, easygoing temperament. And if you were going to get like two easygoing, fun dogs for a family, like say you had a son and a daughter, you know, Pippin and Miley, in other words, an English Labrador Retriever and a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, they're a great complementary pair. And so, like, we'll take Pippin and Miley over to the farm with us, and we'll also take our little Jack Russell and my dog No Name over to the farm. And so you can kind of judge like a really active small dog and a really active large dog versus a moderately active large dog and well, less than moderately active small dog. But listen, we really have fun with Miley because when we go to the farm, she does have a lot of energy. She just has a lot of energy for like 3 to 5 minutes in the morning and then 3 to 5 minutes in the evening. But she gets really fired up over chasing birds and stuff, doesn't she, cameraman? And you know, when we're out hiking, like she loves to go hiking, right? But when we go hiking, we always take the four-wheeler, you know, just in case we need to carry some extra equipment or in case we need to be able to evac quickly, right? And so she'll get tired and she'll just go stand over by the four-wheeler and then she'll ride. But she'll ride all day long, you know. She is a dog bred to be driven around and loved on and have a good time. And Pippin's kind of a similar dog, you know. So, you know what else? I think maybe we'll take a chocolate lab, Rue. I got a big chocolate lab around here. We'll take him over to the farm too. And, you know, he'll ride on the four-wheeler. But like where this dog, he like will follow you around and be like, okay, we've walked far enough, you know, let me ride. Rue, the big chocolate lab, he will run all day. And my dog No Name, of course, will run all day. And Hunter, our little Jack Russell, will run all day. So we'll take Jack Russell, we'll take a field-bred lab, kind of field-bred chocolate lab, a English-bred yellow lab, and a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel to the farm. And we'll just kind of walk around, we'll play in the creek a little bit, and you guys can kind of compare and contrast and write what you think below. Those guys are rip-roaring, ready to go, Charlotte. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the four-wheeler here, and we're gonna walk up the creek. So if you could just take the four-wheeler back for me to the cabin, that would be awesome. We'll let Miley down. All right, cameraman, let's get off in the creek. All right, so we'll get going up this creek, and we'll see if this Cavalier can keep up with all these rowdy dogs. Come on, Miley. Pippin is right here beside me. And you'll notice that the three kind of jocks of the crew are off in the water hole already. So I got to get going and make myself interesting. Otherwise, I'm going to lose them. Come on. Come on, Miley. Come on, Hunter. So this will be our first big test, is to see if Miley can walk through this creek water with these other dogs. Because Miley's a pretty fancy dog, lives in a pretty fancy neighborhood, and she's never been in a creek before. Come on, Miley, you can do it. Now look at these knuckleheads. Now in general, taking a bunch of dogs any place is kind of like taking a bunch of kids someplace, is you have to like plan, you know, as you go, how the activities are most likely to play out, right? So those three there, that's my troublemakers. Pippin, he's my good dog. He's the one that's not going to cause any trouble. And Miley is the one that's going to need all the extra attention. Now, just because that's kind of my plan doesn't mean that's how it's going to play out. But normally, I'm pretty close. Come on, dogs. And you can kind of see the big dogs, the ones that are a little bit more used to adventuring, they're just going everywhere. And Miley is kind of trying to figure things out. See, she's kind of stayed up over there under that rock ledge a little bit. She wants to come across that little bit of deeper water there, but she's not sure how to do it. Now, big mistake. Can you see her, cameraman? Now look how pitiful she looks. Now a big mistake when you have a dog that's a little bit shy or a little bit reserved like that is to do everything for them. But I'm pretty sure that Molly can catch us if she'll just, you know, like if she'll just put her mind to it. And so that's the key to what we're doing, is I'm gonna keep walking and I'm gonna try my best not to baby her too much. Now, of course, I'm gonna have to baby her a little because she's a princess, right? But if I baby her too much, I'm gonna keep her from realizing her full potential. So we're gonna just kind of keep walking, playing in the water. And every so often, I'm gonna slow down and give Molly a chance to catch us. Come on, Molly, you can do it. There you go. You're a smart girl. You're a very good dog. Now what we kind of do is we just get to our little pause points. We stop and we let the dogs play. And you know how my creek is, guys. There's some shallow water and there's some deeper water. And we just have to make sure that we give the dogs a chance to kind of acclimate. And in the beginning, they'll start off just wanting to play in the shallow water, but as soon as they pick up swimming, then they get going. Now Molly is kind of tapping into her inner wolf over there, and she's off hunting something. Now, I don't know what it is. Let's see if we can get her back. Molly, what are you doing? Look at her, nose to the ground. See, this is the thing. A lot of times you get these little princess dogs. Well, you know, like, you forget that princesses like to party too. And a lot of times they like to party outside. They just don't know that they like to party outside because you don't ever let them go hang out with any regular folks like these. I'm actually pretty impressed that Molly has jumped out there in front and is kind of leading the group. Call them back a little bit. Come on back here, dogs. Oh, and you're a good dog. And you're a good dog. And Rue, you're a good dog. And Molly's still skirting the bank. Now, why is she skirting the bank? Because she just hasn't figured out whether or not she likes this water. And she's going to get a real big chance to figure it out in a minute. So I'm going to put my waders on and I'm going to make her swim with the big dogs. Look at my man Pippin. He's right here with me. This right here is why we love Labrador Retrievers, guys. These nice little English chubbies. They give you no trouble. They follow right along. They learn quickly. They love everybody. So that's why they're our favorites. Okay, now Molly's back there with the cameraman, so we'll give the cameraman a pause a little bit and let's give Molly a chance to catch up. Come on, Molly. You can do it. Oh my gosh, you're a very good dog. You're such a hard worker. I even have a treat for you. Looky here. I even have a treat for you. Very nice dog. And Molly keeps going back there to the cameraman. Oh, come on, Molly, you can do it. Molly, come on. Rue says, I can do it, dude. I can do it for sure. Now look here, we got us a little brush pile. Maybe we can do us a little impromptu brush pile challenge here. Let's see who can get up here with Uncle Stonnie. Oh, and right off the bat, Rue jumps up here like a champ. Oh, come on, Pippin, can you do it? Dang, look at Pippin. No Name, come on. No Name can do it. And Molly, hey cameraman, can you see her? Molly is off on the bank hunting something. Her nose is to the ground and she's going 100 miles an hour. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get her back or not. Let's go over here and see if we can find her. The little princess has some drive. Oh, there she comes. Molly, come on. Molly. Molly, what'd you find? Come on. What are you doing? Molly says, I'm off hunting, dude. I found a bird or a squirrel. But I'll give her a treat for coming back. Very good dog. All right. I'm gonna walk up through this water, see what kind of route. And looky there. Now tell me that princess can't party. Very nice. Let's see if Uncle Stonnie can manage to walk along this ledge without falling down. Come on, Miley. You can do it. Come on. I have another treat for you. There's you another little treat. Very good. Listen, guys, we are big on making sure that dogs develop their proprioception or their body awareness. And you can see where our schoolwork over at the kennel really pays off. Always remember, guys, your dog training, your formal dog training, the only reason you're doing formal dog training is to remove whatever impediments are standing in the way of you going out and having a good time with your dog. Remember what we always say. We want you to get out, get moving, and be interested. And there's all kinds of interesting, fun stuff in the world for you to do if you'll just get out and look for it, you know? Like we used to go to the gorge and hang out and have a good time. And as I got older, too many people from Ohio going down to the gorge, so I just bought my own gorge. So this is just our private spot, you know? But there's nothing wrong with going to the gorge and partying with people from Ohio if you don't have your own private dog adventure zone, you know? All right, now my dogs have gone. I'm gonna see if I can call them back. Hey, dogs! Now, look at my 3 athletic, hard-charging, working dogs. They run right back. My English Chubby, right here with me, never leaves me. Now, the Princess, she's off on her own, on her own adventure. And she's looking back at me like, Stonnie, are you following me or what? Again, like guys, you can't escape genetics in dogs. When you breed a dog to think that it's important, right, it's for sure gonna act like it's important. And then if you breed a dog to act like it's important and you raise it and every day you tell it how important it is, well then don't be surprised if you go out to your adventure spot and the dog just trots on off and it will not be a compliance video partner. All right, guys, so this is why in the old days princesses had minders because they don't like to do what they're told. So I had to go get Princess Miley here so I could get her back over here on our rock pile. All right, now we're back to adventuring. Main thing when you're adventuring, guys, is you have to be patient, okay? Like adventuring is supposed to be fun, and one of the key elements of adventuring that you just have to accept is it's never going to go exactly as you plan. So you have to go out and find adversity and then enjoy the process of overcoming the adversity, because adversity is what leads to growth, you know? As we walk through here and we work on recalls and we work on proprioception and we work on finding fun and interesting things to do, the dog's brain and body is adapting. Now, what Miley's brain and body is adapting to doing is making me chase her so I can get her back in this video, but that's fine. You might say, well, Stonnie, what do you do if you have a dog that keeps running off like that? Do you go get them and like tie them up? Well, you could. Like if I was really worried about her going too far, then I'd go get her and I'd put a long line on her. But since I've kind of got her stuck here in this little creek, I'm just gonna let her run back and forth until she gets tired. And then when she gets tired, she'll start hanging out with me more. And when she gets real tired, she'll have me call for her Uber, or in other words, call for Charlotte on the four-wheeler to come get us and drive us around. But I'm surprised right now at how much she's off hunting. But what I'm not surprised about is how awesome this English Chubby is about just hanging out with me and not causing any trouble at all, because he's the best. It's the best dog I got out here. Very nice. All right. Oh, now look, here's Miley back. So I'm gonna give her a treat. Miley, good dog. I'm gonna give her a treat just for coming and checking in. She says, Stonnie, I'm up here doing princess stuff. And I'm like, okay. She doesn't want to get in the creek. She just wants to run around over there in the brush where you guys can't see her. That's the video business for you. What am I going to do? Oh, there she comes. Good girl, Miley. You're such a smarty. Did you come to get the little princess snack? Very good dog. Okay, guys, so now we're going to play a little game. It's called Rescue the Princess. So out here in our swimming hole, my neighbor's building a bridge, and all of the gravel he had supporting his bridge kind of washed down there in my swimming pool. So until I get this cleaned out, we're treating this like an island, or in this case, a tower, right? So the game we're playing is rescue the princess. The princess is trapped in the tower. She's surrounded by a moat, and I'm trying to convince her to swim across the moat and come to me. So I ask her, hey, Molly, come on, princess, I'll rescue you. And she says, no, Stonnie, there's no way I can get in that moat. So I'm gonna have to come over here and get down with her. Oh, and be kind of like supportive, because we all know princesses need a lot of support. And I'm gonna put her in a moat. Oh, and I'm gonna show her that Uncle Stonnie is here to rescue her, and that all she has to do is trust me. And if she'll just trust me, she'll learn how to swim. And once she learns how to swim, she can navigate the moat. Very good. Now we'll go back to our tower. Very nice. Come on, nerd. Come on. And look, so this is what I get. So I get a little bit of resistance. So I'm going to have to get in the water with her. Come over here. Sometimes princesses need kind of a firm hand, because they just don't know that they can do all the stuff that the peasant class does. So we get her back in here. Come on, you can do it, nerd. And there she goes. Look at her swim. She's a good little swimmer. Come on. Very nice. Come on. Just help her swim. We'll go back to the island. Very nice. Now, a lot of princess stories would have ended differently if the king would have spent a little time teaching the princess that she could do things for herself when she was young, right? So for all you dads of daughters out there, just remember, it's super valuable to teach children to do things for themselves, right? So now I have Molly, and she's on Princess Island here, and we need to escape. And what she wants is for me to get her, or she wants to take the easy way up the bank. And what I'm going to tell her is we have to do it the hard way. But I'm going to do it with her, and over time she's going to start to understand that as long as I'm around, there's very little that we can't accomplish together. So I'm going to put her in the water, and I'm going to take off walking. I'm going to go through the deep part, teach her she can do it. I'm here if she panics, if she starts having trouble. And then we're going to come to the waterfall, and she's going to be convinced that she can't do this, right? You can't ever let them think they can't do things. So I'm going to get down here with her, and I'm going to show her, if I tell her to do something, it's always a good idea. Very nice. And just like that, I've taught a princess to rescue herself, and I've taught this dog to have some self-confidence, and we've had an awesome experience. All right, so I'll see you guys next week with a full Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. Is it right for you?